Okay guys, how you doing? So Sarah asked me a couple of weeks ago to come and have a chat with you guys about what we do. Obviously I know quite a few of you guys from my past life as a personal trainer. And what I do at Internet Fit Pros, I basically look after the marketing side of things and I look after the strategy, whereas Matt tends to be the technical side of things. So rather than talk about Facebook ads or Twitter ads or whatever it is, I thought it would be more of a benefit to you guys if we talked more from a strategic point of view than a tactical point of view. At the end of the day, things like Facebook ads will change and there will always be a new kid on the block. So if you approach your business strategically and you base it around you and who you are, then you will benefit in the long run. So I'll tell you a little bit about me. I'm from Ballymena in the north. I started my first business straight out of uni in 2000. It was a sports nutrition business. It was completely online. At one point we were doing over €1 million a year in online sales. 2008, 2009, we started to hit a few roadblocks with the recession, or as they called it at the time, it was a credit crunch. And unfortunately I lost the business in the recession. And as you can see, sometimes I approach business like I haven't got a fucking clue what I'm doing. That's true. So basically, in my past life, I was a personal trainer up until about 4 months ago. This was me 4 months ago, just before going into surgery for a shoulder operation. I had a labral tear, which is a little cartilage tear in my shoulder. The second picture was me basically about 10 minutes after coming out of the anesthetic. As you can see, I look pretty drugged up. That for me was the end of my career as a personal trainer. I spent a month in a sling, and it basically meant that I had to focus on this business full time. So the reason why I'm telling you this is because I'm basically like you guys. I'm no different. I have to work hard to get to where I am, and I have off days and bad days, and I have months where we don't do any sales because I was ill. So what I wanted to do today is really put things into rules for you guys. They're the rules that I live by in my business. They might be something that you guys find useful. If you want to ask any questions, fire away. So rule number one, you got to tell your own story. Your business has to be about you. At the end of the day, your business is about you because people will buy from people that they like. Your story is really important, especially your backstory. It's your backstory that makes you unique. It's the experiences that you've had that makes you unique, and it's the books that you've read and the things that you learned that will make you different from all your competition. Use your story because stories sell even. So tell people about your failures as well as your success, because your failures are as important, and it will also create empathy between the people you're trying to sell to. Okay, the more personal the story is, and the more you don't want to tell it to people, the more you'll probably find that people will resonate more with it, and they'll actually appreciate it a little bit more because you've actually you've shared it with them. Okay, the thing about stories is that humans have been telling stories since the dawn of civilization. Aborigines, for example, use stories as ways of navigating their way around, and we are pre-programmed to resonate with these stories. Okay, got a couple of quizzes for you guys. Anybody know what movie that is? Top Gun. Top Gun was responsible for the biggest rise in people applying for the US Navy ever, and it wasn't even designed to do that. It was a story about the Navy. It was a story about aspiration, and there was lots of cool stuff in it, and that's what people wanted to do. That's what you've got to do in your fitness business. You have got to get people to aspire, and they will take action and come and want to work with you. Okay, we got anyone who likes comic books in here? No one. Great, cool. Okay, if you look at Marvel, the superhero guys, the backstories of the characters are unbelievably good, and that's one of the reasons why people resonate with them so much. Look at Peter Parker and Spider-Man as an example. If you look at Peter Parker, he's quite socially awkward. He doesn't really know what he's doing. He feels like he's a bit of a fake superhero. Does that make sense? But he's incredibly popular. I mean, let's have a look at some of the backstories here. Anyone know who this is? Witnessed the murder of his billionaire parents as a child. Yeah, swore to avenge their deaths, trained with martial arts, and yeah, there we go, Batman. Okay, next one. Born on an alien planet, sent to Earth as his planet was destroyed, grew up on Earth to adoptive parents and worked as a newspaper reporter. Yes, Sarah, Superman. Okay, so you can see how you guys resonate with their backstories. Okay. Anyone know who this one is? Survived on food stamps before making it big. Told he would never make it in his chosen field. Sorry, who? Conor McGregor, yeah, completely. Okay. Conor's getting quite famous now, especially because he's doing a lot of trash talking. I don't know if any of you guys saw his video last week. And it's his story that sells. And they're using that in the UFC at the minute to sell tickets. If you want to be successful in the fitness industry, you should probably specialize. Most of you guys probably know how to do this already, so don't be a jack of all trades. Focus on serving a single section of the market and put all your efforts into that. We generally call that an avatar, but we'll move on to talking a little bit more about that in a minute. Okay, this is knowing exactly who you're targeting. So you're always trying to focus on one person. Usually it should be, if you're already working, it should be your ideal client. By the way, guys, I'm going to give everybody these slides so you can have them when I'm finished, so you don't necessarily need to take photos. Your best client, it's the person that buys all your shit. Everybody will have one client who buys everything from them. And if you can focus your marketing efforts on this one person, this is the key. Okay, rule number 4, know thy enemy. Every hero and every superhero in existence has an enemy. So let's have a look at them. Anybody know who Batman's enemy is? Yes? Superman? Lex Luthor? Connor? Josie, Aldo, yeah. Okay, so the thing about having an enemy is it gives you something to make a stand against. Okay, let's have a look at some common things in the fitness industry that you can make a stand against. How about Herbalife? You guys have Herbalife here, yeah? How about Weight Watchers? How about sugar? And here's my favorite one. How about CrossFit? So if you guys run a strength and conditioning gym, you could make a stand against CrossFit. Sorry, CrossFitters at the back. Okay. Rule number 5. Please do not be this dude. This is the 18-year-old dude that tries to basically get there on the first meeting. Okay. What you need to do is you need to basically look at marketing as dating. Okay. So you've got to go through the process. You've got to get the phone number or the email address. You got to take them out for dates. So you got to basically send them emails, build up the know, like, and trust, and then from there you can ask for whatever it is you want to ask for. So don't try to sell on the first meeting because you'll end up falling flat on your face. Rule number 6, give before you ask. So there are 3 actions to this. Number 1, be thoughtful. So this is great if you guys use social media. Who can you compliment in terms of your clients, in terms of people who are on your Facebook page, in terms of maybe ex-clients? Who can you support? Can you maybe help someone who possibly can't afford your services? Can you acknowledge someone? Can you send someone a birthday card? Can you send someone a thank you card when they come into your facility? Can you invite someone to a free seminar? Can you surprise someone? Could you give them a free gift when they join your groups or whatever it is you guys do? Check in with people in your network, excuse the bad spelling, not just when you want something. Action number 2, be generous, because being generous will equal more money and more impact on people. So be generous with your time, be generous with your resources, be generous with your network, your ideas, and be generous with your money, because the more you give to people, the more they will feel compelled to give back to you in return. Action number 3, be consistent. And this is be consistent with 1 and 2. Okay, this is a quote. It's consistency leads to mastery. Get a big wall calendar that has a whole year on it. Hang it on a prominent wall. The next step is to get a big red magic marker for every day you do your task. Get out and put a big red X on that day. After a few days, you'll have a chain. Just keep it going and the chain will grow longer every day. You'll like seeing that chain, especially when you get a few weeks under your belt. Your only job is to not break the chain. Does anybody know who said that? I reckon there's one person in the room might know it. John? No? Jerry Seinfeld. Okay, so what Jerry Seinfeld did was, when he was writing, he made sure that he wrote every day, and his job was to not break the chain. Okay, rule number 7. Don't forget the fun stuff, okay? I know you guys are like wanting to build your careers and you want to get more clients and get more money, but you have to understand that there's more to life than this. You've got to get out there, do stuff that you want to do. Don't be working all the hours that we have available, because basically you got to live your life. Rule number 8, invest in a cleaner. One of the best things I've ever done, it stopped me and my wife from constantly arguing, is invest in a cleaner. Yeah, that's me at the weekends actually. Right, you can employ a cleaner for around 10 euros, £10 an hour. How many hours of work is that for you guys? What, 25 minutes, 15 minutes? If you charge them 40 euros an hour for personal training, that'll buy 4 hours of cleaning. It's just a way of leveraging your time so that you've got more time to do what you want to do. Going back to rule 7, which is enjoy yourself. Okay. This is something, rule 9, invest in you, that lots of people in the fitness industry really have an issue with. I've personally found that the biggest changes in my businesses have been when I've actually invested in coaches and mentors. The thing about this is that you have to be really careful though, because you have to find someone who resonates with you, and the key to this is finding someone who has done what you want to do, and you can invest in them and model them. The fitness industry is full of them, so basically before you do invest, just make sure you speak to people who've been there, make sure you get lots of feedback, and just be careful before you spend your money, because there is a lot of crap out there. Anyone to avoid? No comment. We've missed out rule number 10. I have no idea where it's gone, probably because I've screwed up. Okay, avoid BSOS. Anyone know what BSOS is? Bright, shiny object syndrome. Okay, who here has heard of Periscope? Who's using it? Okay, right. What you find is, in terms of social media, Facebook and Twitter, and possibly in some of the fitness space, you might find Instagram and Pinterest. But every so often there will come along something that people will say, "Oh my God, this is the best thing. You've got to be using this." Just ignore it. The same goes with trying to always look outside your business and trying to be looking for the next best thing. Bright shiny object syndrome is when you get distracted. And all I'm trying to say, guys, is just focus on what you're doing. And then once you've done that, then you can move on to the next thing. Okay, so the single biggest thing that separates unsuccessful fitness professionals from successful fitness professionals is implementation even, okay? Whatever you're doing, just get it out there. It doesn't have to be perfect. There's always a time to go back and change it. Even if it's an ebook or a website or a program or whatever, just get it out there into the public, and use that time and use the feedback that you get to improve it. The people who implement the fastest are the people who grow the fastest. James is an example of that because he is a master implementer. He's having a chuckle. Okay, rule number 13, write every single day. The more you guys write, the more you guys will get better at it, the more you guys will improve. So if it's emails, blogs, sales pages, Facebook messages, Twitter messages, whatever, just get your thoughts down on paper and just get used to getting things written down. Okay, last one, rule number 14. Start with your why and everything else will fall into place.